It's raining outside, has been for days. You're stuck inside, restless, scrolling through your phone, eating things you don't need, starting projects you won't finish. You feel vaguely useless, like you're wasting time. But here's what no one tells you. That feeling? It's ancient. And the way your ancestors handled it reveals something deeply strange about what it means to be human. Go back 50,000 years. Your ancestor is crouched under a rock overhang somewhere in what is now southern France. The rain hasn't stopped in 6 days. The hunting is impossible. The foraging is pointless. The fire is struggling. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do. And yet, this person did not collapse. They did not spiral. They did something that would shape the entire future of human civilization. They got creative. Archaeologist Francesco Dorico spent years studying what he calls behavioral modernity, the moment when humans stopped simply surviving and started expressing. His research points to exactly these kinds of forced pauses. Rain, winter, long nights, seasons where the world simply shut down. These weren't wasted days. They were incubation periods. The pressure of inaction cracked something open in the human mind. So what did they actually do? They talked, longer and deeper than they ever had before. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar, famous for his work on social bonding, found that around 65% of all human conversation has always been about other people. Stories, gossip, who did what, who can be trusted. When you take away the task, you get the relationship. Rain gave ancient humans the one thing they never had enough of: unstructured time to sit with each other and talk. They also made things, not tools for hunting, not weapons, things with no survival value whatsoever. Beads from shells, pigment from ochre ground into powder, patterns scratched into bone. Archaeologist April Nowell has documented evidence of early humans decorating objects during periods of low activity, suggesting that art didn't begin because humans were thriving. It began because they were bored, and boredom turned out to be one of the most powerful evolutionary forces in history. Your brain, when unstimulated, does not go quiet. It activates what neuroscientist Marcus Rachel identified as the default mode network, a system that switches on the moment you stop focusing on a task. This is your mind telling stories to itself, running simulations, imagining futures, replaying the past. Ancient humans sitting in the rain weren't doing nothing. They were running the most sophisticated mental software on the planet with no distractions to turn it off. They slept more, and differently. Historian A. Roger E. Kirch found evidence that pre-industrial humans had two distinct sleep periods, separated by an hour or two of quiet wakefulness in the middle of the night. On rainy, dark weeks, this pattern likely extended. The brain consolidated memory. Emotions processed themselves. Dreams ran their strange, necessary work. Sleep wasn't laziness, it was maintenance. The long rain forced a biological reset that modern humans almost never allow themselves. They healed. Chronic pain, minor injuries, the low-grade exhaustion of constant movement. All of it had a chance to repair. Biologist Marlene Zuk, who studies the lives of hunter-gatherers and their evolutionary cousins, notes that rest was never seen as failure in these societies, it was strategy. The body that rested during the rain was the body that ran faster when the sun returned. And they planned. Not with spreadsheets, not with lists, with stories. A skilled elder would narrate last year's hunt, and embedded inside the narrative were lessons about animal behavior, weather patterns, terrain. Knowledge transfer through story is one of the oldest technologies humans ever developed. The rain week was a classroom with no walls and no pressure. Here's the twist. You are not built for constant productivity. That restless, guilty feeling you get when you're forced to slow down, that's not your true self speaking. That's a voice you learned very recently. The agricultural revolution, the industrial clock, the always-on economy. These are the anomalies. The deep, ancient biological truth is that you were designed to alternate between intense effort and genuine stillness. Your nervous system expects it. Your brain was literally shaped by it. The weeks of rain weren't lost time for your ancestors. They were the weeks when language deepened, when art was born, when social bonds were rewired, when the self was quietly rebuilt. So the next time the sky goes gray and the days blur together and you feel the creeping guilt of doing nothing, remember that your ancestors sat in the exact same stillness. And out of it came cave paintings that still take your breath away. Stories that survived 100,000 years. The entire interior world of the human mind, carved out not in moments of triumph, but in long, wet, quiet afternoons with nowhere to go. The rain didn't stop them. The rain made them. And it's raining outside right now.